When Christina Tosi replaced Joe Basitanich as judge on MasterChef, it seemed like a perfect fit. So why did she abruptly leave the show in 2019? It's a mystery, but we've got some pretty good theories. Though there's no evidence that Tosi was fired from MasterChef, if she was let go, it could be because she wasn't always a fan favorite. Some show fans have pointed out on Reddit that since Tosi's area of expertise is baking, it may have limited her ability to give a range of critiques and weigh in on non-dessert dishes. Others were underwhelmed by her personality, going so far as to call her dull. Despite her cheerful demeanor, Tosi wasn't always the most welcoming judge on the panel. Though she stood by her ability to deliver needed feedback without flinching, Tosi even described herself as scary but friendly in an Entertainment Weekly interview. Could producers have possibly decided that she just wasn't the right fit for the show? Tosi had an impressive resume before joining MasterChef. A former pastry chef for David Chang's well-known restaurant Momofuku, she went on to create the popular NYC dessert bakery Milk Bar as a Momofuku spin-off and won James Beard Awards in 2012 and 2015 for her exceptional baking. As a result of her successes, she was also named one of Food & Wine and Fortune magazine's most innovative women in food and drink for 2014. But running Milk Bar while also maintaining a grueling shooting schedule for television may have ultimately been too much to handle, especially with Milk Bar's explosive growth. In 2017, Tosi secured funding for a 5,000 square foot fun factory in NYC's Ace Hotel, where customers could create their own goodies and get a behind-the-scenes look at Milk Bar's research and development. In addition to overseeing a brand with double-digit locations, each of which Tosi regularly visits for a hands-on evaluation and taste test, she also added a JetBlue partnership in 2017 and a Sonoma Brands partnership in 2019. This kind of growth doesn't come cheap, so she also landed an 8-figure funding infusion from capital firm RSE Ventures to help bring their physical and digital footprints up to speed.
I love the idea of seeing these moments with fresh new eyes. Dessert that reminds us where we came from and who we are.
Executing this kind of vision takes time and dedication, which must be a definite challenge when your day planner pages are filled with filming commitments. Perhaps Tosi felt that keeping her personal investment, heart, and imagination in Milk Bar was ultimately more important than judging other people's food on MasterChef. MasterChef wasn't the only show that Tosi left in 2019. She also departed from MasterChef Junior, although it might be more accurate to say the show left her, as MasterChef Junior went on hiatus that year after 7 seasons. It's impossible to know whether or not she would have stuck around if the show had continued, but given her departure from MasterChef, it would have been a natural time for her to leave the kids' version as well. As with the adult version of MasterChef, Tosi joined MasterChef Junior as a replacement for Joe Basitanich, stepping into the judges' station for the show's 4th season. Being on Junior wasn't just more of the same, though, as younger chefs required a gentler approach. That meant Tosi had to adjust her energy when switching between productions, something that may have been a challenge. Overall, Tosi appeared on MasterChef Junior for 4 seasons, which may not sound like a lot, but it added up to 58 episodes, nearly as many as MasterChef itself. And that's 58 rounds of filming that took her away from her other pursuits as well, a significant amount of time. Tellingly, when the show returned in 2022, Tosi was nowhere to be seen. She also hasn't come back as a guest judge on the show, despite appearing twice as a guest judge on MasterChef following her departure. One reason Tosi may have left MasterChef was the urge to develop her own television show where she would be the main star rather than just one judge among many. That concept eventually became Bake Squad, which focused on baking and candy making and featured a team of seasoned bakers who'd be creating extravagant confections based on client briefs. The series didn't debut until the summer of 2021, but given how long it typically takes to shepherd a show through the development process, chances are Tosi was working on it long before that. That's led to a lot of speculation online that she quit MasterChef in order to star in Bake Squad. What we do know is that Basitanich returned and replaced her for season 9. What we don't know is which came first. Did they approach Basitanich after Tosi left the show? Or was it in fact Bastianich's return that pushed Tosi out the door and spurred her to create Bake Squad instead? Either way, it seems to have been a successful move. So far, 2 seasons of Bake Squad have aired on Netflix, and a 3rd has been announced. In the absence of any hard facts, it's another theory that can't be completely dismissed. As if juggling multiple television jobs and a growing bakery weren't enough to keep her busy, Tosi also jumped into writing a cookbook. She poured her extensive knowledge into a tasty tome called All About Cake. Released in October 2018, it was the latest in a series of books bearing Tosi's name, coming on the heels of Milk Bar Life, Recipes and Stories, which came out in 2015 just before her tenure on MasterChef began. Anyone who's ever even attempted to write a book knows the tremendous amount of work that goes into the creative process. Besides creating and writing all of the recipes, Tosi also had to be front and center for the photo shoots in the 288-page volume. While it's possible that some of the work on the book may have been completed before she started MasterChef, it had to be tough to balance all of her various enterprises. Something had to give, and that something turned out to be MasterChef. In summer 2016, Tosi married NYC restaurateur Will Guidara, a joyous event that landed squarely in the middle of her MasterChef seasons. With a Moose is Loose theme, it was a fun event filled with lighthearted touches that let Tosi relax and enjoy her personal time. Catering came courtesy of Momofuku, of course, and the 7-tiered naked wedding cake was a masterful Milk Bar creation. The wedding was just the beginning of a more family-oriented life. Shortly after leaving MasterChef, Tosi and Guidara became parents to 2 daughters, Frankie and Sunny. Having finished out her MasterChef responsibilities, Tosi's life calendar was free enough to allow her a more enriching personal life. Given the timing, it makes sense that Tosi might want to spend more time at home with her family instead of spending that time on camera, judging a bunch of strangers. If all of her professional and personal obligations didn't keep her calendar full enough, Christina Tosi also contributed her time to charitable efforts to fight cancer. As a member of the board for Cookies for Kids Cancer, Tosi lent both her time and her platform to help raise money and bring awareness to an organization that started with a fundraiser centered around cookies. In 2007, founder Gretchen Witt, whose son Liam was battling cancer, partnered with a bakery to sell 96,000 cookies, with all profits benefiting pediatric cancer research. Tosi joined up for a bake sale and became friends with Witt, becoming more involved with the charity, even as her MasterChef career got underway.
An organization near and dear to my heart, Cookies for Kids Cancer. We're baking cookies. We're baking cookies for good.
In addition to her place on the board of directors, Tosi also hosts the Chefs for Kids Cancer Gala, an annual fundraiser featuring Tosi's fellow chefs lending their talents to the cause. She also serves as host of Family Fun Day, which takes advantage of her renowned baking for a celebration showcasing cookies and crafts. The efforts appear to be paying off. In a 2018 interview with Veronica Beard magazine, Tosi shared that over 100 grants had been issued by the foundation, funding 37 novel treatments that had gone to clinical trials.